Well, shit. I didn't I didn't think that we'd be seeing each other this soon, and I bet you didn't think we'd be seeing each other this soon, but here we are for another week. I'm with you. I'm back at you. I'm back with you. And it's another episode of 21st Century Rocker Mom podcast with me, your host, Tanya Candler, and we're back for, like I say, another episode. This is episode 93. We're here. Oh, holy crap. We're almost all the way to 100. That's something. That's something. I don't know what I'm going to do at 100. We'll see. Who knows? Become 100. I became the mayor of Palm Springs this week as my dog skied me into a tree, like Sonny Bono style. I smashed my face. Oh, most specifically my nose into a tree, and it's like dog just went and kept going, and then so did I, but I connected with the tree. The dog kept going, and I didn't want to let him go because I didn't want him to run away or something. So Willie Nelson, he got me good. So I got bonoed big time into the tree, so it was not good. So I mean, I don't mean to make light of that, skiing accidents, but seriously, that's what he did to me. And even my mom can verify, she's laughing her head off, but it's because she knew I didn't get hurt. It was just silly and funny and whatever. But oh man, I came out of the gate this week talking about releasing an album that I've had sitting on the shelf, and an album that I shelved and things like that. And let me tell you, reformatting the mosquito from the crystal in Jurassic Park on different software and things like that is not a picnic time. It's not fun. It's not fun for anyone. So I don't know if I would encourage anyone to tackle that, but it's whatever. I tackled it because I think after 20 years, you deserve to hear it because it's fun, it's awesome, and I'll talk more about it later. Because get ready for it, people. Technology changed, so it's helping it stay alive. Technology is really only here to help us fight our mortality, right? Think about it. Weird. Burt Bacharach. Burt Bacharach died this week. Terrible. I love Burt Bacharach. He's probably one of my favorite American composers of all time. Of all time, absolutely, because he was one of the people that made me focus on playing piano really hard a lot, because he's really piano focused. And when I play a piano, a song, and I compose first, mostly I sit down at the piano before I sit down at any other instrument. Before I would sit down at the guitar or the bass or anything, I sit down at the piano. I kind of just pick it out, whatever. Just pick out the tune or the melody and whatever. And like I say, he really got me into that kind of making it on the piano first and then going on to the other instruments and stuff like that. And then it evolves, like I say. And the influence he had over me composing was huge. Most of you and people know Burt Bacharach because of Austin Powers. And they just think of Austin Powers and ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Burt Bacharach. And it's Elvis Costello and it's Burt Bacharach, and they're on top of a double-decker bus, and they're just going around with Austin Powers and singing I'll Never Fall in Love Again. But I mean, Burt Bacharach was behind some of the best classics you could ever think of. I'll Never Fall in Love Again, obviously. But things like Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. Come on, do you know the way to San Jose? I say a little prayer for you. I say a little prayer for you. All the good things. He's behind what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Burt Bacharach's was a great composer just in general. He really captured a feeling and captured a moment. And that's why I think I was you know what? That album I made a little while ago it captured a moment. It did something. It captured a time, and there's something to say for lightning in a bottle moments. And I think that was another one that I had. So let's release it. Let's release it for free because I think that's fun. All these things made me think of these are the original reasons that I started making music, because I just loved it, and I just love it, and that's why I make it. So I'm just let's get it out there. So let's just go for it. Let's get some videos out there. Let's get it to you for free. 20 years is a long time. It's a good time. It's good enough. Let's go. So no time like the present. So yes, I'm coming out, or coming in hot, or whatever the kids say these days. I'm coming in hot. Look for cameos and some familiar faces and, music videos and stuff. I got a few things coming with this project that I've obviously given a lot of thought to, and then finally, made the decision to have music videos. I don't want you just sitting there with the still of my stupid face. That's boring. So I decided, let's do some music videos. So, my husband does what he does for, a job. So why not? So, look out for some things that are going to go on. So let's do it. Now, I did get a question about, will there be any live shows? And the answer is yes, there will be live shows. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, because I'll see you there. I'll fucking see you there. And here's a huge cameo right here. And it's the Mexican Coca-Cola Refresco here. I'm not gonna have too much because, evening time, heartburn. I took the heartburn medication, but, sometimes it doesn't work. It's not Coke's fault. It's my fault. My family invented it. Candlers invented Coke. I don't know about Mexican Coke, but I know about Coke. It's made with that good cocaine sugar. Now, it's just smoking good, smoking hot. Speaking of smoking, oh my God, I fucked up. I definitely fucked up. I lit a cigar right in front of my mother, and I didn't even it didn't even faze me. I didn't even I was just outside shoveling her driveway. My kids weren't around. I just went over there Rob's at home with the kids or whatever. So I'm just going to go to my mom's to help her out. Whatever, shovel the driveway. So I'm shoveling the driveway, and I just whip out a cigar, and I light the fuck out of it, and I'm just shoveling the driveway. And she's just kind of looking at me. And she didn't say anything. But I was just oh my God, I just lit one, but her face said everything that I needed to know, which is so funny. But it's so funny that she didn't fucking say anything, right? She's so tolerant of me and my shit, right? Because no one was around. So she just was like, what are you doing? Tanya, come on. So I just kind of wanted to pretend like it was some kind of cold winter breath, and it was just a cold day, and maybe I was just exhaling or whatever. But I don't think she fucking went for it, because she saw me whip it out and light it. So busted, disgusted, never to be trusted by my mom. I'm a fucking afraid of my Polish mom, but I can't say that it's fear. I will honestly, I never feared either of my parents, and I don't fear either of my parents. My dad's obviously passed and things like that, but I didn't fear my dad. I've never feared my mom. It's a respect thing. And I know people don't have it in this generation. I know people that don't have it in this generation. However, it's a respect thing. That's why I respect and love my mother. It's not fear. And so many people absolutely lack any kind of respect or common decency now. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I can't tell you. To me, it's really basic. Give it, get it, earn it. You don't get it just handed to you on a silver platter. You're not going to get it with a silver spoon in your friggin' mouth. You're going to get it by earning it. You know what I say? My mom's actually pretty easygoing, with me, all things considered, in the last 40 years. I mean, it's been a wild 40 years. I mean, she had to put up with all my touring and traveling around and doing all the crazy stuff like that, because she was primarily responsible with for me, because she was when my parents even split up, she was the parent that I lived with full time. So she saw a lot more of the shit than my dad did. And we're European on my mom's side, right? So we're, how do I say this nicely? We're at a certain comfort level when it comes to nudity. I'm talking complete nudity, full frontal nudity, no one cares. No one gives a flying frosty fuck about full frontal nudity. And I don't know what it is. I could, my mom could come over, and the kids could be they should be where's your mom? And they could be oh, she's in the bath. And my mom would just be oh, hi. I'd be oh, hi, because I'd have the door open, because obviously the kids are here. If kids have to be somewhere, if I I can hear them and see them if I'm going to have a bath, right? I got to make sure that they're supervised. So I'm just like, so anyways, so make sure they can come and talk to me. But like, we don't care. I can't tell you how many summers there were at my cottage where I'd have like a friend up or whatever, like for the summer. And like my grandma, like my Oma especially, like she'd just like come out in like her bra and whatever and her pants or whatever, and her shorts or whatever. And my friends would be like, knock their socks off, right? To us, it wasn't anything because literally I paraded my ass around in my like bra and my underwear like half the friggin' time. Even in my teens, like I say, I just got really like comfy with like body positivity, I guess you would say. And I really didn't care. Just loving the skin you're in, like, and realizing that like nudity didn't equal being sexual and things like that. We just weren't raised like that. We were taught to like cover our like, what do we call it, bathing suit parts and our private parts and keep that stuff private and not let anybody touch us or let anybody near us. We got the regular stranger danger talks that kids get, don't let any, change in front of anyone or let anyone, tell you that they know your parents or get in the car with anyone. We had like I say, we had the stranger danger talks. Like my parents are logical fucking people. Like really, but come on now. Come on. But we were raised really with, I think, an extra respect for the meat suit. I think like the way my parents like really like raised us. I think we were raised with my body is like a temple sort of situation. Like I think we were totally raised with that ideology, big time. And speaking of meat, Polish lunches and Polish mothers, these things go hand in hand. What the fuck? There's no trading. No one was fucking trading with me because who the fuck ever like I'll trade you my peanut butter and jelly for your liverwurst and onion, said fucking no one ever. No one wanted to trade their fucking lunch with me ever. No, I was that kid. I was totally that kid. That stinky lunch kid. I was that European kid with the lunch that nobody wanted to trade. And they wouldn't know what it was. Like if I had like pierogies or something or whatever, something. And I'm saying this in, very English style. I'm not going to say it in the Polish way because it's fun. But like, what if I got sent to school with a cabbage roll in my lunch? I'll tell you. It was hard growing up. It's hard. By the way, how do Polish people get in the house? Sometimes they get through the garage, right? They get in with the garage key. That's the key to the garage in Polish. I'm kidding you. But speaking of the garage key, so the Latchkey family. Everyone thought the Latchkey family, or the way at least I said it, was this Polish family that I grew up with. The Latchkey family was not actually the Latchkey family. The whole time I was saying it, I was saying the word latchkey. I'd say the Latchkey kids, or that the Latchkey family, or the Latchkey kids. They were not Eastern European folks that I knew and grew up with. Latchkey kids are, and let me explain this to you if you don't know, and I've talked about this before. If you're a latchkey kid, you're someone who gets home from school before your parents do, and maybe you take care of your brothers and sisters, or maybe you're old enough to take care of yourself or whatever, so you let yourself in, you have a key. So you're a latchkey kid, you let yourself in the house. So it's whatever, right? So, oh my gosh, so many people thought this was a family that I knew. So the latchkeys are not the people. It's kids that let themselves in the house. Oh my God. But growing up, like I say, Eastern European, you do grow up with a mess of superstitions and like things that you believe and belief systems and things that you're scared of. Like Baba Yaga. Obviously, I was absolutely fucking terrified of Baba Yaga and anything that has to do with fucking Baba Yaga. Don't even go there. Don't go there. Whistling in the house because it makes the spirits come. Or whistling in a graveyard, whistling like past a graveyard and things like that. No, those are things that do not mix in my Europeanness. It doesn't happen. Opening an umbrella in the house. I know that's a common superstition for a lot of people, but for me, it's like really fucking serious. Like we just don't do it. Oh my God. Okay, when you go past a graveyard in the car, like if you're in the car, you have to touch a screw. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something me and my sister made up. I don't know. Maybe it's Eastern European. I don't know what the origin of it is from. I haven't checked the etymology on it or the history of it. But I know It's not good. And whistling, like I say, whistling past the graveyard. No, don't do it, man. It's not cool. I know you got to put your feet up when you go past the train tracks, like, and you go over train tracks. We always put our feet up when we were kids because I don't know, something about it freaked us out. But then also mirrors. I have like a major, like, aversion, not a virgin, but aversion to mirrors. I don't like them. I don't like them open at night. It freaks me out because I can see things like in the corner of them. It fucking freaks me out. It's not cool. My mom used to scare like the fucking like living shit out of us, like with like Halloween costumes and like practical jokes and things like that. And it was like at the time we were freaked out and everything like that, but like it was funny. Like I think back on it now, like being a mom myself, and it's fun and it's funny. Like nobody got hurt and like nobody got offended. No, like it was all, everything was good, like super like clean fun. But like we had a good time. Like my mom always did something funny. Like nothing was malicious and nothing was like nightmare fuel. No kids were going home screaming. Oh my God. But it was just enough to like speckle our childhood with fun, I would say, definitely. And speaking of fun, you know that I am a jokester. And when it comes to things that I can't deal with, like especially subjects that are really hard for me to digest emotionally, I have a hard time with digesting things emotionally and then like my emotional response with it. So sometimes I'll laugh it out. That's just me. I'll make a joke out of it. And not a mean joke. I love practical jokes. A nice joke, like a safe joke, a funny joke. So I have a story for you. And as we all know, if we listen to this podcast, if this is not your first rodeo, or if it is, you will know that my first round and my first rodeo of marriage was no picnic, to put it mildly. That's putting it nicely. It was a living nightmare. On my street. There's a nightmare on my street. But like I say, this one time I had like a very unsexy, like for me, challenge. So just to piss off my ex-husband, like to just piss him right off. He was being awfully unkind, so I decided I was going to give him a taste of his own medicine. So how was I going to do it? It took some time. It took some time because revenge takes time. Revenge takes time. Revenge doesn't grow on trees, but you know where it does grow? Down south. I took some time and grew myself a chia down there, like a 70s Joy of Sex manual beaver. Like it was amazing. So, you know, you care for yourself. Use balms and butters and things like that. And one night he comes home and I'm in the bathroom. I'm blow drying my southern regions. And he walks into the bathroom and I'm like not wearing any clothes at all. And he just goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" So of course I just slap right back and I say, "Warming up your dinner." And the look on his face, he just went, "Fuck," and just walked out and he fucking left. Oh fuck, it was funny. Oh my God. You know what I mean? I was just landscaping. He interrupted a very important session. And so, yeah, anyways, thank funk for second marriages and second virginities. So I got both. And like, thank you, Kitty documentary and Fate. But really, thank you for those things. Also, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the Kitty documentary is on Amazon Prime if you want to see that. I watched another film on Amazon Prime that actually had me rolling. This wasn't a documentary. This was like a comedy. This had me like laughing my ass off. It had Anna Faris in it and Toni Collette and Kathleen Turner. Like she's like terminally ill. And it's called The Estate. It's a slow burn, but it's really, really fucking funny. And the things that they have to do in this movie for this dying woman to try to, all these people want to get her money. Oh my goodness. It's just like over the top. Too much. But it's so funny. I'm still watching like The Last of Us. I'm still getting through like The Last of Us. The last episode was sad. Absolutely. I still like, I'm not going to say, I don't want to say it, but seriously, episode 3 was my favorite. I'm still really missing like Nick Offerman and his partner, like they were like my favorite episode. Like everyone's going on about like episode 4 was sad and everything like that, but episode 3 to me, I was just like, oh, like I'm still missing them, and I'm missing that like narrative. Like I really like that beautiful love story between those two guys. I like really liked it. It was good because like he was so lonely, and then he just like met the love of his life. Oh, ugh, estates. Ugh. Another reason I am bringing you this episode now is because next week for me brings my dad's birthday, which would have been his 68th birthday, and then I'm also dealing with the anniversary, like the year anniversary of his death, because he died 3 days after his birthday. He died on the 16th, and then I just found out that his dogs are also being put down on that day too, because he has had. They will be leaving this earth and leaving their earthly journey on Thursday, as they are not in a good way and both have like cancer. So I was really sad to hear that, talking to my dad's like widow or whatever. So that's hard, but with being the anniversary of its death, I am likely not going to be okay. So here I am now. I am all right now, so I'm here with you. I was thinking about parents like a lot this week, as I was thinking like particularly about like ageism and things like that, because of course I heard a lot about ageism because of what Madonna kind of got at the Grammy Awards and how she got kind of like shit on, and then she said that she was kind of stuck between the rock and the hard place of between misogyny and ageism, and I think she really like smacked that one in the park when she said that, because she kind of is stuck between the rock and the hard place of misogyny and ageism, because like they're like, you know, we want you to look at, like, number one, Madonna's always been transforming, whether it's been like from like a virgin to material girl, or to like, you know, when she was in those cowboy videos or the Bond stuff, anything, the mermaid, the video where she's like a mermaid, like she's always doing something completely different. Like Madonna's constantly reinventing herself. And when she really got into Kabbalism, like she always is reinventing herself, but like they want her to look younger, so she gets plastic surgery. She gets plastic surgery, then they say she looks plastic. Like, what do you want from a person? And also, number 2, ageism sucks because do you not realize that people fucking get old? Like, they get gray hair, they get stray hair, it gets bagging or sagging or dragging. Not everybody can have a nip tucked or sucked. That's just not the way it goes. I think it's fucking bullshit. And like, why is aging naturally bad? Like, maybe I said this before, and maybe it's like, you know, how many spins I've had around the sun so far and everything, but isn't getting older and isn't aging like the goal? It's not like this live fast, die young shit anymore. That fucking stuff and that attitude's not cool, and it doesn't fly with most people. It's like, let's just like get better and get older together. Like, why the fuck not? Why wouldn't we motivate each other and lift each other up like that, instead of being like, oh fuck, let's get crazy and like just die young? No, I don't want to do that. That impresses nobody. What do you think about? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about your parents? What do you think about when you think about parents? What do you think? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? You know what I think about? I got one myself. I think about bathrobes. I've done a podcast in bathrobe. I think about bathrobes because like my parents, like obviously like I was an 80s baby and a 90s like little kid and stuff like that. My parents raised me and they both like wore bathrobes and stuff all the time. And like as being a child of that time, that comes up for me. And everything's cool with the bathrobes and everything like that until the day that the tie falls down off of the bathrobe. Or like the tie gets loose or whatever and it opens. And fuck. And being a child, that can be really scarring. I can imagine. It hasn't happened to me yet as a parent, but as a parent, I can't imagine like what the fuck you would say. Like when your bathrobe opens and your kids get a look, and what do you say? Like, are you like Mufasa with like Simba? Like on the Lion King? Like out with the Pride Land? Looking all over the hills and valleys and being like, you know, one day, child, all this will be yours. Like, what the fuck do you say to your kids? Like, if your robe opens. I hope mine never does. So I started wearing different pajamas. Because I don't want to fucking, like, fucking holy Jesus, James Earl Jones. I don't want that to happen. Fucking gross. I don't want that to happen. Anyway, robes dropping, albums dropping, pants dropping, products dropping, like I say. So, speaking of products dropping and things dropping, on this edition, on Diet Coke is crazy. It's regular Coke with lots of sugar. On this edition of Beards and Bitchin', I have dropped Ultimate Sin on Friday, and honestly, the sales of this weekend have actually hit a record more than I sold upon launch, which is friggin' nuts. So thank you guys. That's absolutely freaking crazy. I love actually the profile. So, oh my God, it's so good and it's so dark and it's a little bit sweet. It's got a small bit of a vanilla content on it, not a large vanilla content on it. I got one that's got 0 vanilla content on it right now that I made too. I'm going to show you later. But this one, the Ultimate Sin, it's definitely a tribute and an homage to Ozzy Osbourne. And it's a regular blend, but it's got that black leather in it. It's got tobacco ebony, a nice dark tobacco. It's got deadly nightshade, but it's dark and sweet, the tobacco. And the deadly nightshade, which is also dark and kind of sweet. Almost not powdery, but almost cashmere-y. Soft. And then tonka bean noir, which is a very dark tonka bean, not burnt at all, but just very, very like noir, like almost like you think Drakkar noir, you think tonka bean noir, think something dark. And then that midnight air that gives it the like coolness. It's a very deep, dark cologne. This is my bottle, obviously. It's a regular blend with the regular color. That premium blend, it's fun. I love the smell because I smell everything, and I smell the leather because it's a light leather, the black leather. It's not going to smack you in the face like you just ran into a boot store in Texas. It's just really lovely. But I'd say it has some nice little bit of vanilla content in it, so it's a little bit sweet and dark and heavy. It's like everything I like about a cologne. I think it might be my favorite one yet, although I made one and I mixed it up for a really good, amazing, it's really amazing. It's a really good cause that Seth, Bearded RDU, has done a fundraiser and a raffle for Beards for Roman. And Beards for Roman is going to raise money for Roman, who is a cardiac patient, as well as other patients on the cardiac floor. So I've come up with a scent myself. It's quite unique, actually, and it's called Warrior. I've got a bottle of it here to send to the winner, and I've made a bottle for some, others. Maybe you like it all. I'll like it. I'll put it on the site. I'm gonna send a bottle to Seth and see what he thinks. Whoo! But it smells like a fresh battlefield. You can smell everything in there that's fresh. Everything from fresh dirt to vetiver to fresh grass to fire and smoke and brimstone and all the things you would kick up in a battlefield. It's very fresh and cologne and outside. It's very fresh. It smells like an outside cologne. It's very much warrior. It's got that fresh earth in there. It makes it really nice. It's very earthy, but it's very bright, I would say. So I'm sending some to, like I say, to my friend Seth at Bearded RDU. And I'm going to see what he thinks. I got things going out. I got things going to BGG Grooming. He's got some soaps coming out, and he's got the mustache waxes coming to him too. He's got a bottle of Ultimate Sin coming to him as well. I got our soaps. To pour some sugar on me. This is mine. Pour some sugar on me soap, the oatmeal soap. It's really nice. It's nice on your skin. I don't know about your beard. I don't know if I would use it as a beard soap. I don't know if I would use any of this as a beard soap. I have a beard soap coming down the pipe, and I've got the Love Buzz, the honey one with real honey and beard propolis. It's going to keep your skin soft. It may strip your beard though, but I would moisturize, obviously, after using any kind of soap on your beard. I obviously would moisturize. But then butters are coming when the labels come in, which is lovely. If you don't follow Roman's journey, so someone who is like going to win this prize is going to obviously win a 1-ounce bottle of the Warrior scent, the custom scent for Roman, and it was inspired by Roman and in his honor, really. And a choice of a bar of soap from Rockaholic. I will send that out to you. I'll happily send that out to you. And for being awesome and participating in this raffle for Bearded RDU. And if you don't follow Roman's Journey, you can follow it on Facebook. I'm sure you can get there as well through Bearded RDU's page. And he's one amazing kid. So one amazing warrior needs one amazing scent. So this one is like I might throw it up on the site. If I get enough people liking it or there's a want for it, I'll throw it up on the site. Why not? Hell yeah. Butters and waxes, like I say, coming around Valentine's Day. The labels are coming. I get an email like saying the labels are on their way. But it's like the weekend and no one like puts anything in the box. So I'm just, a few testers are going out. I got some test waxes and scents that are heading out. I found also that the mustache wax is really, really awesome as a pomade with a hold, because I use it for my son. My eldest son loves pomade. He loves it in his hair because he doesn't have a mustache yet, so he can't do anything fancy yet, like with facial hair, because he's only 8. So, but he can do fancy things with his hair. He loves to have a pomp and stuff. So he put his pompadour in and stuff like that. But he loves pomade. Oh my goodness. So it's good. Kids are really smart. So bearded dudes, they even tell me that their wives use beard oil in their hair. Even my beard oil in their hair. So you know what I mean? It's smart. Smart. And it can go kind of anywhere. Like I said, the beard butter, I use it on my elbows. Like, I'm not going to lie. I use it on my elbows. I use it in my hair. Now, you've blown my mind, like I say, with the Ultimate Sin sales. Like I say, this has been the craziest friggin' weekend I've had ever. I worked my friggin' tail off, which has been great, which I'm not complaining about at all. I got ready for it, but I wasn't like totally like that ready. It was holy, it blew my nuts off. Oh my fuck. Awesome. So, I mean, since I dropped it on Friday, you guys have bought 28 fucking bottles, like out of 50 that I've made. 28 bottles. That's like fucking crazy. Like, that is a record on like one like weekend. That's nuts. So that's amazing. This one's very special, very Ozzy Osbourne, very dark. I'm grateful as always. As I say, I'm like super grateful. I don't do this to make like $1 million. I do this because this is what I like to do. This is what I like to do for fun. This is my hobby. I like doing it. I think I'm good at doing it. I like to think I'm good at doing it. And it's fun. Doing things that you love and working people, you know, like working with people that you haven't worked with in years. And now like shooting music videos and doing things like that and doing things you haven't thought you were going to do in years is kind of a crazy thought. You know what I mean? Transitioning back into music. Like I say, whoever thought at 40 I'd be like doing a music video, but I am. Because, I mean, look what my husband does. He does music videos. So look for music videos. They're coming down the pipe. They're going to be fun like that. So keep your eyes wide open. For people that you do know, for people that you don't know, I got a few more crazy surprises coming up for you. Especially on the show. Oh my God, you're going to shit yourself. I'm going to come hang out here a little bit more. But right now, I'm going to go make some vegan nachos. And then I'm going to pack all your packages. And I'm going to send them all out to you Monday morning. First thingy, dingy, 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 dingy. Be good. I say, be good to each other while I'm not here. And I will see you in a little bit. I will see you in a few weeks. Other than that, I might have a music video dropping in between then. I will be, you know, I'm like ridiculous on stupid Instagram. I'm always there. Maybe I'll do a live or something if I'm in the mood. Who knows what this week will bring, if it will be good or bad. But you know where to find me. I'll be on Instagram at 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find me at TikTok at 21st Century Rocker Mom. The same. YouTube, I am always Tanya Candler channel. You can go up to the link tree in my bio on my Instagram. And in the link tree, it'll give me all my little places you can go and you can find me. If you want to find The Beard Company, you can go to at The Rockaholic Grooming Company. If you want to find any kind of grooming product, you can find it there. They're all coming on out and coming right at you. You better find me on Instagram before I find you. Probably on LinkedIn and all that shit too. I don't know. Find me wherever the fuck you want. And find me streaming wherever you stream. Until next time, I will see you soon. And I want you all to be good.